Hello everyone and welcome back to Mossy Pine Ranch at Elmcreek. We have reached episode number 30 and are in November. The autumnal colours have hit the ranch once again. Lovely oranges and reds. And yeah, I think this is our third autumn at Mossy Pine Ranch. Kind of lost count, but yeah, it feels like we've had 3 autumns now. Last time we were busy getting all of our fields cultivated and planted with grass. As the day/month has passed, the grass has reached its first growth stage, and that's probably going to be it for the rest of the year. We're now into winter, so the growth is going to stop. It's going to basically hibernate over winter, and then once the spring is upon us, it'll be resurrected and the grass will continue growing and reach the maximum height. I do want to fertilise the grass so it reaches the maximum yield bonus, so that's something we're going to do later. But for now we are running over to the yard to get in the Mack truck, and the reason for that is we have got loads of flour and also canola oil to deal with. So really we need to dedicate a bit of a session to getting that all sorted. So we're going to try and get our flour over to the bakery first thing. At the moment it's at the grain mill, and yeah, we've had a call from the grain mill saying please come and collect your flour because apparently there's so much it's starting to block other deliveries. So yeah, we've got to go and get that picked up and taken to the bakery. So first thing we need is a trailer suitable for carrying our pallets. So I'm going to head to the dealership and go grab one. Well, we can swing into the dealership and grab our trailer. So it's under miscellaneous, and I have installed the auto loading feature, which converts all of the base game trailers to allow auto loading. And we're going to go for the Chrome Profi liner with the auto load feature, and I think we'll go for the sort of basic model, so there's no decals on it, but we will colour it to be like our truck. There we go, so that's $30,500, and that's going to nicely match our truck. So here it is, let's hitch up to it. Now I'm using the auto load feature because we have a lot of pallets to shift. I normally try and do some manual, and we might do a bit of semi-manual, i.e. picking it up with the forklift and dropping it in the zone where the auto load feature takes over. But let's hitch up. Yeah, we've got so much to do. It would probably take me all day to try and load all the pallets efficiently and neatly, and no one wants to sit through all of that. So let's just get over to the grain mill and we can start loading up our flour. Oak Hollow Caves. Gonna have to explore that at some point. Right, here we are at the grain mill, and I can see straight away to the left a huge volume of flour pallets. So yeah, no wonder they were getting on to me, as needed to get them out of the way so other people can come and make their deliveries and deposits. Alright, so we'll just park up there, and I think we can open up the left side of the curtain, and then we're good to start loading in our pallets. Okay, so we'll switch the truck off. I've enabled the auto load, so it should be as easy as grabbing the pallets with the forklift, which is owned by the grain mill. Here we are, the Young Heinrich forklift, and let's head over to our flour. Wow, look at all of this flour. That is a lot. And yeah, I think there's some still in storage, so yeah, no wonder they were getting on to us too about clearing it, because there is a lot. But let's see about picking up a pallet or two and getting it into the auto load. Right, so that's pallet number 1, and we should be able to just take this over here and see it load. There we go, it has loaded. So I think all we've got to do is pick up each pallet, and the truck will kindly load them neatly for us. I could pull up just next to these pallets and it load them all, but just to add a bit of manual, we'll do it this way. So leave this with me, and I'll see you when we're fully loaded. Right, so I have loaded the first layer of pallets of flour, so I think I'm gonna call it there in terms of me manually loading it. Done enough, and yeah, it's always tricky with working with pallets, so I'm happy that, you know, I've done enough to satisfy manually loading now, and yeah, we're gonna get the rest of these all auto loaded. So let's hop back in the truck. We can get the auto load turned off, the curtain closed, engine back on, and we can pull up to it the other side and set the auto load to do its thing there. Right, so we should just be able to switch the auto load on and load up the rest of these pallets. So there we are. That is our truck full of pallets of flour, and we can now get this over to the bakery to start making some bread. We have left around 4 pallets, and yeah, we didn't have enough space for those, so we'll just leave them here, and hopefully we can come along and collect them at a later date. Let's get the curtain closed. Just opened it up this side so we could see all the flour loaded, but that is now safely in our trailer, and we can head on over to the bakery. So I will see you there. Back down past the BGA and the dealership, and the bakery is just off the main road. Right, here we are, coming up to the bakery, so I think the best thing for us is probably to drive through the other way. Gonna annoy the motorists in Elmcreek, but yeah, they're just gonna have to deal with it, I'm afraid. We've got some heavy goods, some heavy transportation that we need to drop off, so we should be able to swing in here, and this is the unloading part of the bakery. There we go, we've started unloading. Might have to just move back and forth a little bit so it can pick up certain bits in the right spawn point. There we go, that's the last 2 bits of flour into the bakery. So let's just hop out the truck and take a look on the menu. West Hill bread, there we go. So we've got 49,999 litres of flour, and we can turn 2 flour into 1 bread. So yeah, 2 litres of flour makes 1 litre of bread. So we're going to activate that and get that running straight away, and I'm hoping we will be able to create a good volume of bread by the time it is at its best price in January. So if we look at the prices of bread, December is the best price, but January is not too dissimilar. So I'm hoping we can have the rest of today, all of tomorrow, which will be December, and then hopefully a good volume of January as well, and get around the $5,300 price. for bread, which will be really, really good. So out of all of the volume, 49,000 litres of flour, we can expect to create half as much of that of bread. So yeah, around 25,000 litres of bread. But yeah, I've never seen a bread pallet, so it'll be interesting to see how that comes out. And I think that gets deposited around the back here. So we'll have to check back in later. And yeah, it's a bit tight there, so probably have to come along with the auto load trailer as well and load from the back. Okay, so we're back in the truck, and I'm going to head over to the oil mill, as that's the next place where we're going to have stuff to load. We've got our canola oil, and that's going to be best price in December. So yeah, we need to get that loaded today, and we can load some more tomorrow as well to get that well, as much loaded up as possible and sold, so we can gain the best price profits in December. So we'll turn in this way, and then we can line the trailer up with the unloading point of the canola. Right, so we can get the curtain opened on this side, and same again, we will just switch on the auto load and see if we can pick up this. There we go, that's all loaded, and I think they're probably going to produce some more pallets because there's some in storage. Yep, 3,600 litres. There we go, so the pallets just spawned out and they've now gone in there. So there's now 608 litres being stored. Once that reaches 1,000, it'll create another pallet and load up the trailer. So we can actually just shut off the truck and leave the truck here to load as the canola oil is produced. So we've got around 13,500 litres of canola still to process, so we'll just see how much we can get out of that. So we're back at the bakery. Just wanted to check how many cycles per month it could do. Okay, so 2,160 cycles per month. That is slower than the oil mill making the canola oil. So I thought the canola oil was slow, but obviously the bread making is going to be a fair amount slower. So yeah, sort of didn't use the flour to the most optimum that I could have. I let it all build up at the grain mill and then took it to the bakery en masse, whereas I probably should have drip fed it to the bakery from the grain mill, and that way we could have started the bread production much earlier. So yeah, that's the thing to note for next time, is even if you've got only a couple of pallets of flour, get it over to the bakery so you can start making bread earlier. I don't think we're going to be making a great deal of bread before January, when we want to be really selling it at the peak price. So we'll probably have to pause the production of bread, as yeah, we don't want it to get stale. But yeah, we will have to resume that later and probably sell some more next year. Okay, right, let's head back to the ranch, see if we can get a lift. Right, so I managed to get a lift back to the ranch, and the next job, as mentioned, is fertilising our grass. If we take a look at it, we can see that we've got fertilised 50%. The yield bonus is plus 78%. We got a little bit extra because we mulched. So yeah, we want to be just giving that a fertilise so we can get as much grass as possible. I don't tend to fertilise the grass meadow, field number 1, as we do so many cycles of that per season. It's sort of just been happy with the quantity that we get out of it, but seeing as we are doing all of the fields as grass, we want to sort of as a one-off maximise as much as possible. Oh look, the wool is looking at a good quantity. Be able to take some to the spinnery again, or just sell it as wool. We'll see what we do. But yeah, let's grab the sprayer, as rather than using solid fertiliser, we of course sold our solid fertilising spreader. We'll have to buy another one when it comes to liming time again. But yeah, we've got a nice good width from this sprayer, so I'm going to hitch up to it, and we can go and purchase some liquid fertiliser from our stores in the yard. And then I think I'm actually going to put narrow tyres on our Case IH, so we can then comfortably spray the grass without damaging it. Right, so there's some herbicide left, so we'll just drop that off there. Right, here's our seed and fertiliser store, so we should be able to fill this. So it turns out that we needed the fertilise hut rather than the seed hut for the liquid fertiliser, so I've just shuffled the other hut along and now we've got the two side by side, which is pretty handy. Okay, so I've been trying each and every way to get this sprayer to load, but it doesn't seem to load directly from these huts, which is slightly annoying, but I think I've found a workaround which is going to be workable for us, but it does involve me going to fetch the truck and using our tanker. So bear with me while I just go and grab the truck. There we are. I'll just leave the trailer here and head on back to the ranch with the truck. Now, I did allow a mod which is meant to enrich the smoke details that come from vehicles as they're changing up through the gears and they're under load, and also a dust mod which is meant to kick up more dust from the ground when you drive on it. Right, here we are, let's grab the tanker and we'll back up to the hut, open up, and we can load with liquid fertiliser. And yeah, we'll use the tanker to fill up the sprayer. I think we'll get around 10,000 litres, that should be more than enough. There we go, 10,000 litres, so we can close that up and then should be able to fill up the sprayer from the tanker. Back in the case, and yeah, there we go. We can load from the tanker the liquid fertiliser, and we can also load it back into there, which is pretty handy. Yeah, I'm not quite sure why the sprayer doesn't take directly from the hut. Would make life a lot easier, but sometimes there's little quirks like this in the game. But let's get this unfolded and we can start doing some spraying. And yeah, we want to get this all nicely fertilised so our grass gets the best yield possible. So I'm going to do all three of our grass fields which we planted last time. So let's switch on and head in. Okay, that is field number 10 all sprayed. And one thing I noticed whilst I was spraying is I think the sprayer was missing patches, just like it was when we were using herbicide. I forgot that this sprayer had a bit of a thing with it when didn't sort of like certain bits of terrain, it just didn't spray them properly. So just going to refill, and also we forgot to, in our haste, add the narrow tyres, and that was from the confusion of the seed and fertiliser huts not really dispensing into this sprayer. So yeah, we'll need to get the narrow tyres fitted. I don't think it did too much damage on field number 10, but nonetheless, we want to get the narrow tyres done. There we go, we've bought them before, so we didn't actually need to spend any money, which was nice. Let's just take a look at the map and see how we got on with our spraying. Yep, so as I figured, there's been some patches missed, and it's very interesting because it seems to be the strips that have come from this side down to this side. When I've gone back up, it's fine, but down this way again, it's missed patches. Up this way, it's been fine. So it's been really sporadic as to when it likes to miss patches. I'm not too bothered about what it has missed. I think the field is big enough for it to not be too much of a concern. But yeah, it is very strange. So I think the life of this sprayer on the ranch has probably met its end now. I think after we've done with ferting up the other two fields, we'll probably take this sprayer to be sold. It's had this quirky little feature with it since we bought it. So yeah, I really do like it, but we can't have a sprayer that's not covering and not working efficiently. So yeah, unfortunately we will have to part ways with it. But yeah, let's carry on and get these other two fields sprayed with fertiliser. I think I'm going to go up and down because that was the direction that didn't seem to cause many problems. So we will go ahead with that. See you shortly. Right, that's all the fields sprayed, and I think this time, because I was going in the direction that the sprayer likes, we managed to cover it all. So yeah, in these two fields we were going up and down, so the coverage looks pretty good. It's just where we've gone downwards this way, so southerly I guess is the direction, just doesn't seem to like it. So yeah, we can't have a sprayer that doesn't like one particular direction of spraying. So yeah, we're going to have to probably part ways with this sprayer now. So I'll go unload the last little bit of fertiliser we've got into the tanker, and then we can take it to the dealership. There we go, that's unloaded, so we can go take this to the shop. So let's drop the sprayer off here and we can get it sold. We can sell for $16,205. That's sold. Sad to see it go, but yep, can't have a inefficient sprayer. So yeah, I'll need to be on the lookout for a new spreader and a new sprayer as well. Heading back to the ranch, and we'll be waiting out until we can sell some canola oil and some bread. Just added the wide tyres and wheel weights back to the case so we can hop in there. And one thing I forgot is that we are in November, which is the best sell price for eggs. So I'm going to get the red trailer and we can load up the eggs and get that over to the market, and then it will be waiting around for selling our bread and canola oil in December and January. Right, here's the trailer, let's get it hitched up. Right, eggs to be loaded. Now I could have bought the new pallet trailer down here, but the truck and trailer is probably a bit too big for this area. Right, that's the eggs all loaded. Quite a nice volume of them, so we can get them strapped down. Might just see if we've got any lettuces whilst we're around this part. Load it up. There is one production I've thought about adding around here, which is the olive tree, which is a new mod I've spotted. And it allows you to just place the olive tree and you can supply it with seed, fertiliser and water. And it grows olives, which, yeah, if you don't want to get into the full sort of olive yard type production, where you have to have all the vines and all the tractors and equipment, you can make olives just from olive trees, which sounds a little bit simpler if you're just looking to make a few olives. So yeah, something we might try at the farmer's market. So let's get our eggs and lettuces sold. 68,269. That's a nice tidy profit. Brilliant. Trailer dropped off, and now let's just wait till we can sell our canola oil, and we've got a call from the baker. Good morning. It's now 8 o'clock in December, and I think we've reached the best price we're going to get for our canola oil. So I'm going to hop in the truck and run over to the oil mill, and we can pick up our canola oil. And I think it's the fast food market which is the best place to sell, the fast food restaurant that is. So let's head over and go grab our canola oil. The winter snow is starting, so better get the lights on. Right, here we are at Natural Oils. There's our trailer and we've got some more pallets to load, so let's hitch up and get them loaded. There we go, and if we auto load, there we go, some more, and I think there could be some more ready to spawn. Let's just take a little look. Okay, another pallet did just spawn, down to 15 litres, and there's around 4,000 litres left to process. So yeah, we want to be selling the canola oil at the best price. It does drop off after today, so I'm happy we can let that canola process, and when we've got the next good sell price for canola oil, we can sell it. Canola oil doesn't have much of a shelf life, so I think that's okay. There we go, that's all our canola oil loaded up, 18,000 litres, so we should get a good price for that. So canola oil, best price is the fast food restaurant, and we better get it there quick before it dips below $6,000. So we'll close up and on we go. Right, the fast food restaurant is along here somewhere. I think it's this one here. Yep, here we go. So let's pull up and get this unloaded. So we can probably use the auto unload feature just to make our lives a bit easier. So if we unload here. Wow, that's all of it sold. It did sell in batches, so let's just take a look at the money screen, see how much we made. Crikey, so we made $109,369 from that canola oil. That is fantastic. So yeah, bank balance is looking probably the healthiest I've seen it for a while. That is awesome. Okay, so it's back to the ranch, and now it's to wait out the bakery and see if we can get some bread sold tomorrow. Good morning again. It is January, early morning, and our bread, or some of it, is ready. So we're just heading up to the bakery. Here we go, it's just here. And I don't think we've got a huge volume, but we have some bread that's ready and waiting. So I think it's probably best, can I drive through there with the trailer? Yeah, I think we can squeeze through there. So let's just head on in and we can get this bread loaded. So let's open up, and if we switch on, we should be able to load this bread. Fantastic. So yeah, only 4 pallets, not a great deal, but we have a lot that is still being processed. Seems like bread is quite a slow production. Yeah, we have 41,573 litres of flour still in there, and that's going to make around another 20,000 odd litres of bread. So I think that's going to be producing for a long part of this next year, this new year we're in, and we'll have to wait until we can sell it at a good price again. Heading back in the direction of the ranch, because the best sell price for bread, or near enough, is at the Johnson's Farmer Market. So yeah, we're going to get it sold there, and then we can see what we've got. First time we've seen the new yard in winter, and yeah, standing up to the weather quite nicely. But let's pull into the farmer's market and we can sell off our bread. Should just need to drive through the sell point. There we go, $21,756 for 4 pallets. So yeah, we are in for a great amount of money when that bread is all done baking. Right, let's get parked up in the yard. Right, this can go here because it's covered. We seem to be making a nice collection of trailers, and yeah, this pallet Crone Profi liner trailer is very worth the money. It's around $30,000. Superb if you ask me. But that is it for today. We've done a lot. We've moved our flour over to the bakery. We got some bread on the go. We sold our canola oil, which brought in a lot of money. And also, just before we did that, we fertilised all the grass fields, so they are ready for when spring comes along and we can harvest all the grass, get it mown up and do some silage operations. We're going to make a lot of money from that. But yeah, the bank balance is looking pretty good already, so that's epic. And there's all the more money to be made in the next year when our bread is finished. Let's turn the headlights off here, shall we? But yeah, that's us settling down for the winter now, and we'll next see you when it is springtime. Big thank you for your views. If you've enjoyed watching, please remember to drop a like, and if you've got any tips, tricks or things you'd like me to do, then feel free to leave me a comment. But yeah, hope to see you again next time, and until then, we will catch you later. Cheers all. Bye bye.